Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Singapore's Firsts. In today's episode, we're traveling back in time to 1969. Picture this, a newly independent Singapore in a bustling era of change and progress. There is a grand vision of building a vibrant hub that would become the heart of the city's commercial center. But, as it turned out, the sluggish hotel industry of the 1970s throws a wrench in the works, and the ambitious plans are shelved temporarily. Fast forward to 1981, massive, never-seen-before construction works begin. By 1986, the dream is a reality.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Raffles City came to be. Birthed from the vision of DBS's founding chairman, 𝗍𝗍𝗳𝗍 Sin, and 17 years in the making, Raffles City became the largest development Singapore had ever seen. So, we're talking a 73-story world's tallest hotel, a 28-story twin-core hotel, a 42-story office tower, and a 7-story podium housing Singapore's largest convention centre at the time. Plus, 23,000 square metres of prime shopping space. And it was designed by renowned architect J Y Pillay, who is famous for his modernist masterpieces like the Louvre Pyramid in Paris. Isn't that mind-blowing, Jan? How does one even get started on a project like this?
For sure, Sing. I found this recollection by Mr. Hong Tuck Kun, a DBS pioneer who spent over 40 years with the bank, a great description of the Raffles City journey. He said, and I quote, "We were the young bank with big dreams. From advancing Singapore's financial industry to building Singapore's largest commercial development with the world's tallest hotel, we had set our sights on all these and more, just years after we were established. We took risks, charged forward, and did not look back. For instance, Raffles City. It took us a grand 17 years to plan and build this city within a city. We mulled for years over the design plan and economics of developing the area. With notebook and slide rule, we would do our calculations annually, making careful assumptions of visitor arrivals, room rates, office tower occupancy. Why did we have to assume? This was a first-of-its-kind project. There was no precedence. It was truly iconic. Singapore's largest single-building project with the world's tallest hotel, Westin Stamford Hotel.
Well, it's certainly hard to imagine Singapore without the complex now, but equally hard to imagine is how complicated building this development was. From the 72-hour concrete pour to managing the various teams from different countries working on the project. Let me share this write-up by Mr. Lau Chan Sin, who used to work at DBS before he became the general manager of Raffles City, which details the unique construction work that was done. Raffles City is a very unique complex. After more than a year of excavation of 300 cubic meters of soil and boulders, construction finally began in October 1981. There was no piling work, as is normally done, for the foundation of tall buildings. Instead, based on recommendations following soil tests, the main structures of Raffles City, which are the two hotels and the office tower, sit on large and thick reinforced concrete slabs called mat or RAF foundations. And because the load was different for the hotel, shopping and office portions, the size of the mat was different. Great care had to be taken in our calculations to allow for settlement of the various mats, so that the foundation would be even. That's to give you an idea of the involved nature of the work that went into the building of the complex. The pouring of this mat was critical, as it had to be done in a continuous pour, which, because of the size of the development, required a good number of days. You can imagine the amount of concrete required. We even had to arrange for a batching plant to be set up nearby to ensure a continuous supply.
And get this, Sing, an internal newsletter from 1982 mentioned that the team used 1,800 truckloads of concrete. It was the largest continuous concrete pour outside the US at that time. The team had to manage all these trucks without causing any traffic nightmares on Stamford Road while keeping the pour going for a solid 72 hours. Let's hear from Mr. 𝗍𝗍𝗳𝗍𝗍, former general manager of DBS Land, who worked on this project.
And spoiler alert, explosives were used.
It was quite a pretty tough experience for me. The soil condition have two distinct differences. On the Bras-Basah Beach Road side, near the NCO corner, it was marine clay, very soft. Near to the Capitol Theatre side, it was granite, big boulders. We have to seek the help of MINDEF to use explosive to blow off the boulders. The basement was built by our own local contractor, 𝗼𝗍. Although the main contract of the superstructure went to Korea, there's a lot of subcontractors who are local. The contractor, Sanyong, one of their strong points is the workforce. It's a very regimented workforce. Near the peak, they have nearly 1,000 plus 2,000 Korean workers working on the site. Regimented because I think in that years, the government is still control and they use a lot of those who have gone through national service and very army trained type. 80% of their pay were remitted directly to the families. All their 3 meals were provided by the company on site, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and therefore they operate at that time the biggest Korean restaurant in Singapore. They have their own Korean chef and they do their kimchi on the rooftop.
Their own chef? Talk about workplace perks. Speaking of workforce, did you know, John? While construction was underway, DBS was also concurrently grooming people to work in hospitality so Raffles City would be well run. In 1982, DBS launched a scholarship program to boost management talent for Singapore's hotel industry. The bank sent students to the US for 4-year degree courses in hotel and restaurant management. Before they even started university, they got an orientation at Raffles City and completed an induction course at the Westin offices in Seattle.
Sounds like a really eye-opening and enriching experience for the students.
Definitely, and naturally it was also a game changer for Singapore's hotel and service industry.
Before we sign off, I wanted to share an interesting story from Mr. Lau about how Raffles City got its name. Originally, we had thought of Raffles International Centre, but one day, as I was talking with Executive Vice President Lim Yong Hwa about how big the complex was, almost like a city, the inspiration came. "There it was!" exclaimed Yong Hwa, who aptly christened the place Raffles City. Raffles Hotel was and is just across the street, so we had a little trouble naming the hotels after the complex. In the end, then President Chua Kim Yao decided that the hotels could be named after its operator for the goodwill the Westin name commanded. And so originated the two names, Westin Plaza, as the plaza name is affixed to the more prestigious Westin hotels in the States, and the Westin Stamford, which was along Stamford Road.
That's a brilliant story, John. And actually, Raffles City stands on the former site of Raffles Institution, school of our first president Yusof Ishak and founding Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. On 3rd of October 1986, Raffles City was officially opened. And among the honored guests was the family of the late Mr. 𝗿𝗄𝗎 Sen, as they witnessed his city within a city vision come to life.
Today, the Raffles City brand is still going strong. CapitaLand, the current owner, took this Singapore icon global, and there are now 9 other Raffles City properties.
And to think, it all started with someone, or rather a few someones, who dared to dream big.
So until next time, keep reaching for the skies.
My name is Sing.
And I'm John. Thanks for tuning in to Singapore's Firsts.
If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button and catch our next episode.